Is the new Optiq better than the Equinox? We're showcasing the 2025 Cadillac Optiq Luxury One in radiant red metallic over sky cool gray with Santorini blue accents. You're gonna get a little bit less range, but you're gonna have more performance underneath the hood. You're gonna have the styling elements that come into play with a luxury warranty, but is this going to be enough to go against the competition as well? I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides, and I'm going to throw in some pros and cons. The problem that I have with the new Optiq, and we're going to start off 6 inches of clearance. So when you're thinking about luxury vehicles, it fits into the slot. The front is going to be changed. They're going to have this on the luxury and the sport trim, and it's just going to carry over. So the luxury MSRP is going to start around $54,000 to $56,000. That's what we're showcasing today. You'll have the satin aluminum that's going to come over the top portion of the grille, LED vertical headlights, daytime runnings. The grille will light up, the badge will light up, glossy black on the lower, and if you want those chrome elements to be highlighted with the gloss, you go into the sport trim. Underneath the hood, 354 pound-feet of torque with a dual motor, so an all-wheel drive setup, 302-mile range, 111 mpges for the city, 94 mpges for the highway, charging time around 9.5 hours. Now, going against competition, it's basically right at the same as Mercedes, BMW. Nothing has been groundbreaking when it comes to electric vehicles with quicker charges, especially if you're doing a level 1 or level 2 at home. 20-inch wheels is going to be standard with an option for 21-inch when you go into the Luxury 2. And going back to the question at the beginning, is it better than the Equinox EV? Well, the styling elements, yes. The performance, yes. The range is going to be a little bit less, but the charging time is going to be the same, and it's the same platform as the Chevy. Gloss black on the side view mirror and the lower skirt. You're going to have more of the chrome that's going to be highlighted because we're in the Luxury 1 or even the 2. Going into the Sport, everything gets glossy black. So that's really the big highlight there. But then a con to me, when I go into the Sport trim, even with the RS for Chevy, I wish that it had a little bit more horsepower and torque. I wish it actually gave you the Sport to the vehicle instead of a trim where it just has the aesthetics. But I mean, let me know your thoughts on that. Going against competition, BMW, Mercedes, Audi, you're going to spend a ton more to get something that's going to be similar with range and comfort and style. That's why I like Cadillac, because you're getting the savings, you're getting the luxury, 1,500 pounds of towing. The only thing we're missing is a gas variant. We have a new administration. Maybe they'll change their mind and give us a gas variant as well, or maybe even a plug-in hybrid. I think that would be awesome for this because I like the styling of the Optiq. Slim LED taillights, the trunk lid spoiler, and then it carries on into another spoiler underneath the rear window. More or less 2 Cadillac badges, but you push the 1 Cadillac badge to open up your power trunk lid. The lower gets the pattern, front and rear parking sensors, and a 360-degree reverse camera with a digital rear view mirror and a 360-degree reverse camera. Cadillac taking it up a step because you don't get a digital rear view mirror when you go to BMW, Mercedes, and Audi. So when I'm considering the charging times are right at the same thing with the distance. You have a lot of performance underneath the hood of this, plus you have that modern twist. Is it better than the Chevrolet Equinox EV? I think so, because you're getting more warranty, you're getting more performance, Cadillac styling, and it's moving forward full EV. But drop a comment below and let us know which way you would go in the comments. Power trunk going into 26 cubic feet of storage. You have a little storage nook here with a 12-volt LED interior lights. Either your cargo holder or you could use it as like a bag holder, and you have another little pocket. Underneath the floor, you have some storage here so you could put your charger and a little bit more storage there, and this is actually the area you would probably put the charger. Split fold the rear bench, you have to go into the back. I'm kind of tall, so I'll just fold it down at that 60-40 split, maxing cargo to 56 cubic feet of storage. The key fob to the new Cadillac Optiq. Power seat adjustment, that's going to be standard on all trims. You get 2 packages. Heated front seats is standard with massage seats. I like how this kind of contours to your head. And this pattern here as well as here, and you'll find it throughout the interior of the cabin, is a woven yarn, 100% recyclable materials, memory for the driver. 19 speakers through AKG. Heads-up display will be on the package. It is a driver focus setup with the 33-inch screen. The pattern, like I said, comes into play here, and here is the area for the air vents. And the driver will have their own setup, so it's going to be a lot more sporty. The dashboard is flat, digital rear view mirror, LED interior lights with a interior camera, 126 different color configuration for the ambient lighting. The 10-inch screen, it's touch derived. It comes standard with navigation, Amazon Alexa, Sirius XM AM FM, streaming Bluetooth audio, Wi-Fi hotspot with 5G capabilities, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Put it into reverse, you get a 360-degree reverse camera. The trajectory will expand, and you can change different camera layouts to make it a little bit easier for the reversing or doing any maneuvers. You can also line it up for the tow. The floating center cluster, I like this because it really utilizes a lot more space and it visually gives you a lot more space. So you got a little storage cubby here, 2 USB-C ports, a long area for a pass-through, and this is a touchpad for your quick wedges for the gauge cluster, as well as a rotary knob so you don't have to use everything with touch. You're going to have that pattern come right into play again. 100% recyclable materials. It's going to be more sporty. It opens up into a storage tub that pulls out into a deep storage pocket with 2 more USB-C ports, a 12-volt, and the wireless charging pad. The steering wheel, it's 3-spoke, touchpads on the bottom with the buttons on the top, multi-function. You get the regenerative braking, the gauge cluster. This side here, it's a touch screen. You click into this, now you can change your layout here. I like that you can have the map standard super cruise control. Now the only con is you do have to pay for this package after the 3 years. And legroom for the front is more than enough, and the same thing with headroom. They do a good job carving it out. Door panel and dash configured together nicely. The door panel itself sits up, so it feels more sporty too. You lift this up to open, one touch up and down for the windows with a long storage pocket. You have the carpet for the contrast, and that carries on into the air vents to the interior of the driver's side. With a large moonroof that goes into the back, and the AKG sound system goes into the headrest. For the back seats, this is the opening that you have to fit 2 more with the cup holders and armrests down. Air vents in the center. Home plug, 2 USB-C ports, a little storage compartment, storage behind both of the front seats. The door panel is going to have the same segment that's found in the front, so I like how they carry that color in the carpet inlays here with about a beverage holder there. Sitting behind me, plenty of leg space. Same thing for headroom. They carve it out well. With these EV vehicles, I mean, you can see you're not going to have an issue with feet, butt, leg, or shoulder space. It's a wide vehicle, and even though it has kind of that coupe style, it doesn't sacrifice for the headroom. 300 horsepower, this is what you get. A soundtrack that filters in through the AKG sound system with 354 pound-feet of torque and 302-mile range. I'm kind of liking the numbers that you get because you're at a $50,000 price. You're getting a lot of amenities that come into play. Cadillac, so you're already getting the 4-year, 50,000-mile warranty. Near 50/50 weight distribution. It's going to take me to some pros and cons. Starting off with the pros is the value that it captures. Now, it is on the same platform as the Chevrolet Equinox EV, which starts in the $30,000 price. But if you want the RS, you might as well go into the Cadillac variant because you're getting the extra warranty, the styling is better, the actual amenities is also better, and the seat cushion is more soft. I like the 33-inch screen. I think they did a great job implementing that. You get 2 touchpads. Well, you get 2 touch screens, so one on the driver's side and one in the center cluster, as well as that little touchpad for the quick wedges. So it makes everything very easy in the technology department. As for the luxury, you're getting Super Cruise Control standard. Heated, ventilated front seats, massage seats. At this price, tick the box to Audi. You're not gonna get that. Go to BMW, you're gonna pay about 20 grand more. The same thing with Mercedes. It stays quiet in the cabin. The suspension holds itself well. The steering, it's pretty light, so for the everyday, it's easy to operate going in and out of lanes. Visibility is good. You do have blind spot monitoring and lane keep assist, so that also helps. Some cons is you have to do everything through the infotainment screen, and the lack of buttons. They do give you some buttons. I just kind of wish that they had a few more, especially for things like your headlights. You have to go into driver screen side here to turn on and off your lights, which you will have to take your eyes off the road in order to see it. The floating center cluster, I like the design of it, but it feels like it sits up a little bit higher than the door panel. The dashboard, I wish that woven yarn 100% recyclable material on it. It would probably absorb a little bit more of the heat in the state of Florida. And the same thing for the headliner. Turn radius at more or less a stop point is going to be 2 lanes. Let's rock and roll. I like the drive to it. It feels just like a regular vehicle, and because you get some of that playful sound in the interior, I think they did a good job. But the problem that I have is we have a Lyriq. And the Lyriq is almost 7 inches longer than this vehicle. Yes, we get a lot of storage nooks and capacity throughout the interior of the cabin, but then you're gonna have more performance numbers, you're gonna have more range. So why would you save 3 or 4 grand, especially if you were going to go into the Luxury 2 or even the Sport 1, when you would be at the Lyriq MSRP? As for the Chevrolet Equinox, great vehicle if you're going basic. But once you go RS, you might as well go into the Cadillac trim because you're getting the better warranty. As for competition, everybody already knows Tesla's gonna be better in range. There's nothing that has been groundbreaking since electric vehicles has really came into play. I feel like the last time I said anything that was really amazing was maybe 2 years ago when they were getting quicker speeds for a DC charge. But then in the back end, you're hearing all the problems with some of those charging ports because people, they don't service them, people break them, and it's unfortunate because if you're trying to get into an electric state, especially for the United States or North America, you really need those things to be a little bit more optimal with quicker speeds, meaning like 10, 15 minutes instead of 30, 50 minutes, maybe an hour, 20 minutes. Then it depends on the power of the station. And unfortunately, where we're at, we're not really ready. But if you are looking for an option that will slide into this segment to save a ton of money, and you're still getting the performance, the modern look, the technology, Cadillac ticks the box. But let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Check out the next video, merchandise, membership, live stream, TikTok, and Instagram. Leave a comment and a like. And I'd like to thank Coast Cadillac at Port Richey for giving us this 2025 Cadillac Optiq Luxury 1 for our car review.